And the most important day of my life, my knee decided to go. I always thought like growing up, because it's just like how I grew up. It's like you choose to think and act certain ways, and I'm gonna tell you all the story, man. So graduated is December 2025. Getting invites now to go to camps for the CFL, NFL Pro Days, all that good stuff, and I'm excited, man. I'm like, yeah, it's about time. It's bag season now, so I'm like, okay, what I got to do now? So now I got to get a trainer. So I'm like, what's a really good trainer I know? I'm like Julian, Coach Juice on Instagram if you know him. I'm like, yeah, he's coached me in high school, and he knows what's up. He knows, what type of athlete I am and how to make me better. So I was like, yeah, I got to get with him. I'm like, all right, bet. Go down to Florida. We're training. Everything's going great. I'm in like the best shape of my life, I think. I'm like 217 and a half and like single digit body fat chiseled, man. Like structured program, meal plans, supplements. Shout out to ATP labs. But yeah, man, like everything was going great. Felt great. The numbers in training was amazing. I'm like, yeah, everything is clicking. I'm like, yes, it's my time. This is my time. So the CFL Combine comes. All day long testing stuff. We're just killing it, hitting the numbers where I expected to hit. I mean, I was only in camp for maybe like 3, 4 weeks, but I was already in pretty good shape when I went to camp. So, everything was just like fine tuning details and all that good stuff. So, yeah, everything was just clicking in the combine. I was like, all right, bet, man. Today's a great day. I'm doing what I'm supposed to. And drills after drills, everything's going good. I mean, going throughout the day, I'm like, it was a lot of stop and start first and foremost. Like we'll do a drill, and then we'll have like 30, 40 minutes in between. Sometimes like less, and then you're like, all right, no, readjust sometimes, and then we have like another hour or so to sit around and wait. So the body was like not used to starting and stopping for an hour, then starting again, then stopping, starting again. So it's a lot of warming up and cooling down, warming up and cooling down. So I'm like, man, I got to make sure I'm hydrating, I'm feeling my body, getting enough carbs and everything. And did the rest of the drills. They went okay. I'm like, all right, bet. Now we're gonna go compete one on ones. I'm like, bet. Starting one on ones, we're doing like all the different blitzes, A gap, B gap, C gap. Picking up linebackers, hedge rushers, all that stuff. It's going great. I'm happy with how everything's going. And suddenly, my knee started hurting. I'm like, not now, bro. Everything felt great all day. My body felt good. My body felt light. I'm like, not now, bro. So I kind of just brush it off, I stretch it out a little bit, kind of a little, mobility thing. I'm like, all right, I'm cool, I'm cool, I'm cool. We move on to the last thing of the day. Mind you, like the whole day, man, my body felt great. Even with all the starting and the stopping and all the craziness going on, body felt great. I'm like, it's clicking, it's clicking. I'm happy. And going to one on ones, I was like the second rep in routes, or like one on ones, linebackers versus running back running routes. I was like, yeah, bet this is where I make my money at. I mean, I'm fast, I'm big, and I can run routes. I'm like, yeah, that's where I'm gonna make my money at. Quarterbacks, what you want to run? I'm like, you know what, post corner, running. So line up out wide. I'm So he lines. I lines up in the. So I line up in the backfield, offset, ring gun. Motion out, line up in the slot, take off running. Nothing. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm gonna make him open up. I'm gonna give him a little break in on the post, and as soon as he bites, turn his shoulder, I'm gonna break back on that corner. Perfect route. Ball's coming outside shoulder. Stick my foot in the ground to play to make a play in the ball. Defender is like, oh shit, I can't lose this rep. I mean, all the scouts are there. jumps on my back, my knee stuck in the turf, hyperextended all the way back. And mind you, I've never been hurt like in college to where I've never been able to practice or play for longer than like a day or two. I mean, the craziest thing I have had is maybe like a AC joint sprain or something, or like something like that. I mean, nothing too crazy. Something like you just puts a little ice on there, a little ibuprofen, you're cooling. When he went all the way back, when I tell you like instantly I felt my knee going numb, like just burning pain. I was like, yeah, this is not good. Stand up, I kind of walk it off. I'm like, damn, I really just hyperextended my knee, but I'm like, it's cool. I mean, shit happens. I don't really feel no too crazy. So, trainers came to get me. I'm like, yeah, I'll be back in the next rep. I ain't even sweating about it. I'm gonna be back in the next rep. I'm gonna do what we do. Getting the table, they kind of analyzing it, everything. They lay me on my stomach, and they like pull your knee forward like a hamstring curl. Did it strong, flip me over, facing the trainer. She pushed down on my leg. She was like, push forward, like a quad extension type. She was like, yeah, the strength and everything is good. She was like, hop up for me and I'll walk around. I'm like, all right, bet. Stand up. My knee instantly just gave out, like all the way back, hyperextension, like backwards, like gone. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like I hop up, she helped me up, and like I put my foot down on the ground, and like it was just giving out. Like I was like, what's going on? I'm like, this ain't normal. I've never been hurt before. Like I was freaking out. Like my body started heating up because I got so scared. I was like, what's going on, bro? Not today. Today of all days, not today. Like, you know what I went through in camp training? Like every day, the type of training we did, like everything was on point, man. Like I was doing rehab every other day. I mean, I was doing ice tubs every day. I was doing sauna. I was getting like PT. Like I was doing Pilates. I was doing everything I was supposed to be able to make this thing happen. You know what I'm saying? And now, in the most important moment day of my life, my knee decided to go. So I'm asking the lady, like, what can it be? Like, I've never been hurt before, so I have no experience in like what, certain injuries and stuff feel like. She was like, I think it might be your ACL. I was like, bro, don't say that. Don't say that. I was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm like, I'm gonna be all right. It's not my ACL. She was like, I think it's your ACL. I'm like, not today, man. In front of all these folks, do my thing all day, and the last thing of the day, blow my knee out. So she wraps it, ice it, all that stuff, trying to keep the swelling down. Give me some crutches. I'm just sitting there on the sideline thinking, I'm like, why me, man? Like, I did everything I was supposed to. I showed up, never missed a meal, never eat anything I wasn't supposed to. I'm prep. Like I was locked in, bro. I was locked in, locked in. Trying to get better every day, just get better at my craft. But I was like, all right, bet. This is what it is. This is what it is. So I went back home after the combine and everything. So thankfully, like previously to that, my numbers was good. I was killing it. So the numbers speaks for themselves. My size and what I was doing. I was happy with it. I was happy with it. Man, it could have been better and it could have been worse. I was happy with what I did. I thought I competed well, and I was ranked in the top 3 the whole day. So I was happy. I was running faster than a lot of like basically all the DBs, running backs, and like all the skill positions. So the testing better. So I was like, you know what? I'm killing it, man. I'm cooling. So when this happened, it kind of just, but yeah, everything happens for a reason though, man. I was just sitting there, praying, just giving God thanks. I had the opportunity to show what I can do before this happened. So, I was trying to look at the positives. So I went back home, and, you know, for somebody that's never been hurt before, like to this extent, it really take a toll on like my mindset and like how I view things. Because at the time, like I was seeing like all my colleagues, all my friends and stuff, they're balling, you know. They're getting to do the NFL pro days and they're putting up pretty good numbers. And I'm
Should be,
like
bro.
me right now, but I'm on the couch, not being able to even walk with other crutches. I was like, yeah, I was like, this sucks. I was genuinely, I've never been the type of person just growing up in a Jamaican household. I mean, if you guys are Caribbean and know Caribbeans, you know, most of them don't believe in like a lot of the mental health stuff, you know, even though it's the most important thing as an athlete is your mental health. And like for the longest time, I mean, I didn't really like believe in like, you know, depression or stuff like that. I always thought like growing up, because it's just like how I grew up. It's like you choose to think and act certain ways and you can like prevent from acting and doing certain things, but it's not really the case. You know, sometimes your mental health is just not how you want it to be. And that's why I realized I was on the couch and I was just really depressed, man. Like it was the first time in my life I ever felt that way. Like I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to leave the house. I didn't want to go to the I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to rot on the couch, not doing anything. And it took a really special person in my life to, you know, talk to me and tell me, listen, everything happens for a reason, and it may just not be your time. And maybe this is, you know, a way of God telling you you got to slow down, you know, take a look back into yourself and take a look at like, you know, personal growth and take this time to just get better, get closer to God. Just slow down. You know, you're moving too fast. So, you know, I was like, yeah, I, I was like, yeah, maybe this is just God's way of telling me I'm moving too fast. I need to slow down. I need to take a step back and look. So a couple of days after I started walking around without the crutches and stuff, my leg swelling, everything went down. You know, started going to the gym again. I mean, obviously, the only thing I could do really at this point is a lot of upper body and stuff. So I was like, maybe I'm gonna take this time just to, you know, even get even more in shape, get even better like physique, and get even better like at what I do. You know what I'm saying? You know, learn the game even more, like watch more film, all that stuff. You know, just take a time, just take a step back and just reevaluate myself and like how I can come back stronger, faster, you know, even better. I mean, obviously, I knew I wasn't going to get drafted because obviously, you're going to get drafted. People want you to show up and play. It's a business nonetheless. So I was like, you know what? I'm probably not going to get drafted. So I kind of like, you know, accepted that I wasn't gonna get drafted this year. So I was like, you know what can I do in the meantime? Get better, train. So a couple of days after got back, I got my CT scan, MRI from a specialist in Ohio, and he's like, yeah, man, structural, everything looks good, no broken bones, nothing. You're all good there, but I think your ACL is ruptured. I was like, damn. I mean, I knew it was, you know, but whenever you get that type of information from somebody that does this for a living, a doctor at that level, I was like, yeah, it's real. It's real. It's real now. He was like, yeah, it's gonna be about, you know, 5 to 6 months to be able to run again, and about 8 months to be able to play at the level that you do again. So I was like, damn, that's a long time. That's a whole season, man. I was like, yeah, but hey, it's happened. I can't change nothing. Only thing I can do is change what I do going forward, how I think, my mindset, and you know. But yeah, no, honestly, it's one of those things that happened that I'm like, why me? I've been doing everything I'm supposed to, and why am I in this position now? But I think the hardest thing is not just not being able to play and being around like my friends and colleagues and stuff and being able to share the game that I love with them, but all the people that you see when you come back home after not being a while, asking what happened. Like, why aren't you in camp? Why aren't you getting drafted? I have to tell them that, oh, this is what happened. This is what happened. I think that's the worst part of the whole thing was being it was eight like I think that's the worst part of the whole thing was having to like tell all these different folks that this happened because like a lot of them are sympathetic towards your situation, because they know how hard you work and like the sacrifices that you make, like all of college, high school, and all that stuff to to get where you are. And a lot of them is just like, oh, we expected more, or but those type of people and those type of situations is just where you just gotta keep your head on straight and not let it go to your head, honestly, because like who you are and what you can do. So yeah, man, I just wanted to come on here and just talk about my situation for real, because I feel like so many people was been asking and wondering like, why am I only like working out and doing all this stuff? Why am I not playing football? Am I done playing football? No, I'm not done playing football, but it's a situation that I'm in, and I'm getting surgery in a couple of weeks, and I started in rehab and everything, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm telling you, we're gonna come back bigger, better, stronger, faster, and it's gonna be a movie. They're not ready for what's gonna come. I'm bringing like I'm gonna bring the craziest physique, the craziest athleticism, and we're gonna kill it. That's all I'm saying. We're finna kill it. But yeah, I'm truly grateful for this opportunity to just be away from the game. Honestly, just to be able to see like how much I miss it, and I feel like it kind of just like rejuvenated my ability in like being able to be focused, structured, and have a set goal, a clear goal in mind of what I want to accomplish in the next couple months while I rehab and all that stuff and get back into playing. I think it kind of just opened up my eyes how much I love this game and how much this game means to me and like what I'm willing to do to get better at this game. So, it's not how I wanted this year to go, but I'm honestly blessed for having this opportunity to just be able to like find myself and be able to like just grow and get better, honestly. But yeah, man. Nowadays, started working out my legs again and stuff pre-surgery, so I'm doing like quad extension, glutes, and hamstring work, all that stuff, just trying to build my body back up again for surgery and then rehab and stuff. So yeah, it's a same day surgery. So I'd be able to walk right after and everything like that. So that's actually really interesting and be able to start rehab right away. So yeah, man, the turnaround is gonna be quick, but I'm excited and yeah, that's hey, I appreciate y'all for tuning in and watching, and that's my story, what's going on right now, and hopefully in a couple months from now, you guys can see me compete and do what I do again. Yeah, but it's love though, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and yeah, all right, look more.